Hi everyone, it's Jackie. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you've been here, welcome. If it's your first time, I'm so happy to have you all here with me today. So I have been watching a lot of videos about using up paper, book blocks from book covers that I've used. So this is a pretty old book. I'm not sure exactly, but it's from the 1940s probably anyway. And it's just statistics. It's statistics from everywhere about everything, and it's interesting. And so what I've done, oh, like there's a good page. I've been tearing out things like this to use for something else, things that maps and things like that. Actually, I'm gonna pull that out now because I don't wanna lose that. And it's just, oh, these are mileage charts. I mean, you know, crazy stuff. This is just an old map. I wonder if this has a date on it anywhere. It doesn't really. But look at these. Aren't these fun? Boundaries, 1937 and 1947. So, yeah. So anyway, I guess I'll leave those in there for now. So what I have done is I will go start to finish with some of this stuff, but I want to show you some of the things I've made. So I started making pages like this that are just 2 or 3 pages glued together with glue stick. Now I think with this paper, it's really thin and fragile. So 3 pages is good. It still is a little frayable on some of the edges, like here, this going in and out is going to be troublesome, so it might warrant some washi tape down the side of there. But I started with these, and on some of them I took washi and I put here. This I can feel is 2 pages, and you can see it already, it's so fragile. All right, so I put washi there to make that a little more stable, but 3 pages is going to be better. So I made some, I did some a little smaller, you know, whatever you wanted. I tore, and I'll show you, I tore edges off and just kind of made whatever size I wanted. I mean, the bigger one here is, this is 4 3/4, and the smaller one is 4 1/2-ish. But I also then took one of these that I left the edges on that I didn't tear off, and I made a little pocket. So this is, again, you know, this is 3 pages. I might go to 4 pages. But it's interesting. I mean, look in here. National cemeteries are in here. And it's just interesting stuff. So I did some of these. I tore some and made pockets like this. I folded a 3-page in half to make like a belly band. Or it could be just a tuck spot on the side. So I did some like that. And here was a fun one. I mean, they're just interesting. I find them quite interesting. And then I did some that are just little tags. I looked kind of for states that I like. I did Montana because I'm a fan of Gail Augustinelli. And I didn't start doing that in order to look for my favorite state is Vermont, because that's where I was born and raised and lived for 59 years of my life. So those were fun. Some of these that I made, I put washi, and then I used, this is, I believe from G. Kerr, these kinds of things. And I have a couple of those that I've just put on, different things like that. It makes it more stable. It does go, you know, on the back too. So that worked out nice. Here's one that I did. I did the washi tape here, and then I did just some stuff I had. These are probably Tracy Fox specimen things. I don't honestly know where that came from. I love it, and I wish I could find another one to print, but I don't know. But that just comes out nice and leaves you a little pocket. This is kind of the same thing with some labels and washi and tickets across the top. Now this one I just did, and I absolutely adore how this one came out. So this started out like one of these. That's all. I had some vellum that I'd printed on that I've loved and haven't used. So I put that in there. Now you can see, you know, the edges are a little grumpy, It's going to be glued in. If I decide to make this a double pocket, I will have to put some washi or something down that side to make that a little stronger. Just let me make sure I am actually videoing. I am, okay. And then I just found some stuff laying around. I had some of these little envelopes. I think I made this one just out of some vellum or some parchment paper or something. And I just stuck, I had tea dyed it, I guess. And I did washi tape down the side to attach it as a flip. I put a little card in here that you can still see through. I love that. And then I put some things. Actually, this is some of the stuff I tear off the edges, and that's a piece of that on there, which I thought was cool. This is, I just got, sad story, I had to get a new MacBook because I spilled beer. I don't know if I can say that. I spilled on my MacBook, and it actually has destroyed my MacBook. They could not retrieve any of my information off it. I had some things in the cloud, thank goodness, but all of my digis, I have to go back into Etsy, re-download them all, which there's hundreds. There's hundreds. But it's a good thing to do while I'm watching the tube or something like that. And actually, I had started going through them and putting them in a better filing system. So now as I download, I will just do that. Anyway, so this was a piece of just stuff. It was wrapped around a cord or something. And it had a piece like this. And I just used that and put it there. And it looks kind of cool. Yep, so there's my garbage. So I have some of that I'm going to use. But I really loved how this came out. And, you know, this is a little on the side like this for going in and out. But I know eventually it's just some of this stuff is going to break off. And I don't care. That's fine by me. So there you have that. So I thought I'd show you. These are all the pages that I have right now that are at least 3 thick. I mean, see, there's just some cool photos and things. This is only 2 thick. I can feel the difference. It's amazing the difference. Look at that one. That one's just kind of fun. So I would kind of just do this probably on this one. All right, so I have a bunch done, but let me just glue one. Get all this out of the way. Let me glue one so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Now, I used wet glue on some, which is fine. You just have to realize it's going to take a while to glue. And I found with this paper, it's so thin that I was often pulling over 2 and then gluing and then needing to like, I didn't glue this one, I glued the next 2. So I'm just putting a little bit. This is just, it's actually just Elmer's glue. It's what's in here, Elmer's white glue. And I just glued it like this. Rub it down really well. Actually, here I could use my bone folder. I didn't have that with me at the TV when I was doing these. It makes it really wet. So just be aware. If you want to use it right away, use something else. You know, that dries quicker. Our glitter glue stick is okay. You could use that easily with this. It might be a little wetter. But see, it's already, I can feel it going right through this paper. It really wets and goes through. So there I've glued my 3 pieces together. I'm going to do a 4th one on this. I think 4 is, I hadn't done 4 yet, but I think 4 might be the way to go. Now, since I am actually, I would be tearing off this, and this in most cases, I don't worry about getting right to the edge. Some of this might even be sewn. I'm not sure. All right, so then I'm going to pull this out. And there you have it. Now, in some places it's tricky. So that's pretty wet. So I'm going to put that way to the side, let it dry. I let mine dry in the sun yesterday. They were fine. On the edge of this book, as you can see, put my cover back on my glue here. It is stitched, it's glued, and it's just, you know, one of those old books that was just like put together. You know, it has stitching, it has this gauze in here, it had paper there. So as I'm going along, I'm taking some of this off so I can rip the pages out easier. In a newer book that you might use book pages from, you're not going to have all of this stuff, but this I wasn't going to use for much else, so I decided, okay, I'm just going to do that. So as you can see, I have I've used probably a third, maybe, of this book. All right, so after you've done that part, you end up with this. Now this, I got to think about this. It might be fun to do this as one of these book pages. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it would be, for instance, in this journal, you know, I would put this like right on the edge of somewhere like that so that you could have a tuck spot here and a tuck spot here. You could glue it all the way down. So that's what I'm saying. So this could be one of those. If you want to do just belly band, this would just go in here. You know, that's a little shorter than I might like for a belly band, but it works. You could also do these with belly bands going this way. Just depends what you like. These easily fit on this. They would. This is one of my Ephemera books. Has a lot of my Jen Bishop stuff in it. But this one's a little bigger, taller. That fits nicely there too. All right, so that's, you can see what we would do, what I would do with those. Just to give you an idea. All right. So let's take one of these. Now, I started, some I have ripped by hand. I'll show you both of those. So I'm going to rip just the edges off. And this one feels tricky because it's dried longer. So sometimes I like this ripping. What I don't like is when you get all these little valleys where like your thumb has gone. And I know there's probably a way to avoid that. I'm sure I've heard somebody before, and I'm just going to save those because I did like the way that looked. The other thing you can do, and I do like this a lot, is to just take your tear ruler and just zoop right across. The tinier the edges, the harder, but you can do that. And we'll go right across here. I'll make that one a little bit smaller, I think. There we go. And then I'm also going to go right across the bottom to make this a little shorter. I'm going to save that because I could use that for something. And then I'm going to check. So this one, I'm going to go, I want it to fold up there. You can just sort of see what you like. I guess I'll just go up here. Let me see if there's any. New Jersey, New York. Not much that I live in New York now, but I've not totally become, I'm not totally letting that be my place of business yet. You know, where I'm from. Because I'll always be a Vermont girl. That's for sure. All right. Then you just do that. You know, you can check it, be more precise if you want to. But it's, you know, I like it like this. Now, I also use 2 different inks. You could use whatever you want, of course. I used my Gathered Twigs, which is a nice dark brown. So, and this is a little tricky because if it does rip funny and leaves you with a little bit of weirdness, it's hard to get the ink on. I also found that doing this, if you don't mind that look, that bothers me a little bit because I don't like all that. You know, I don't like all that. That works. And then because it's such black ink on the page, I also used my Stays On Jet Black. Okay. And I did some of them with this. And I really kind of like the black because it just sets off the lettering on here. I'm going to go with that because that's what I like. So I just inked around. Does anyone else love the smell of Stays On? Oh, I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of vanilla. It's probably terrible for you to smell it like that. But so there you have that. And I don't care that that's a little smaller. So I just inked those. All right. And I have some all inked and things that we're going to decorate. But I just wanted to show you the kind of the whole kind of thing here. All right, get rid of that. All right, so then you have something like this. I really think washi tape is the way to go on here. And I think I'm gonna start doing 4 pages, gluing them, because obviously there's a ton, right? There's a ton. All right, so that's how that works. And I have a bunch over here. But since I have some done, let's get to the fun part. We're gonna decorate some stuff. So I'm gonna do this one, I think. Now this has not been ripped, hasn't been anything. And let's see how big this is, because, so that's like 8 1/4. So that would be fine, because usually on an 8 1/2 page. And so on this one, I'm gonna leave the edges, makes it a little better. I am gonna choose some washi and put here. Whenever I do washi, I always use a glue stick too. Just because that's what I see people do, and that's what I'm doing. Those folks out there who have been doing this a long time, if they do it, I'm gonna do it, because yeah, it just makes sense to make sure your things are gonna stay on tight. And I'm just running this right under here. Oh, is that enough? Probably. And this does have a, not a right and wrong, but a way to go. And I'd rather have it, the words facing in. And I'm just going to use that line of text right there to go, oopsies, come back up here. And with this fragile paper, this is not going to, if I mess this up right now, it is not going to come out. It's not going to be able to take off. So I went a little bit half, maybe a little over half. And then I'm just going to cut this off down here. Keep trying to keep in frame. And I tried to pull my camera down low because I tend to work really close to me. And I'm just going to turn this over. And that's going to give, what is that? That's a piece of the string from the book binding. Okay, and that's been done. So this way, if I make this a double tuck, this will be here. And I'm gonna do the same on this because I just want to make sure that's gonna be okay. Rip that off a little bit. Garbage. Okay, here we go. And we're gonna do another piece like this. Let's hope everyone's well. Cooler weather here in New York. We had several weeks of 90 to 100 degree weather, and I mean, I love heat, so it really didn't bother me that much, but a lot of my friends are like, oh gosh, it's just too hot. And I know it was hard. It was hard on us with kids trying to go outside and stuff during summer school, and we couldn't be out for very long, if at all. Some days we were not even allowed to take them outside because it was just so hot. All right, snip that one there. And I'm gonna turn this over like this, right here. Fold down, fold across. And you could use any washi tape you want. These I find, because of they're just coming out to be more of a darker, not bright at all. Okay, that looks great. Now I'm going to take my black ink. I'm going to ink, again, this is Stays On. And I tend to do it with the pad itself, because I just was finding that I wasn't getting a good, well, we need to do that part. I need to do the inside on this side. And I can see that that's already ripping right there. That might warrant a piece of washi tape on the inside, on that crease, so that it doesn't rip. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. Did I get everybody pretty well? Probably. I want to go down the edges of this also, just because I want to. Just to emphasize that black a little bit more. All right. Good? I think so. I want a little more. For some reason, my daubers have not worked well with this. It just hasn't given me really what I've wanted on here. So, a little extra. Okay. All right, I think I am going to put a piece of washi. Just this is worrying me where it already starts. See that? It's so weak right there. I'm going to put a piece right down the inside. I'm going to do a thinner piece. It's not going to show, so I might pull out one of my pieces of washi that I really don't care for that much because it's not even going to show. So let's see, what have I got that I really don't like? I do not really care for this black and polka dot one, but it probably would have looked really nice in here. This one is cheap washi, so I definitely, I mean, I can already feel it's probably going to rip on me before I get what I need. I definitely want to get, yeah, see, that's what happens. But as it's not going to show, I can still put this right down. Oh, don't get on there yet. Right down this inside. And let's put a little more. And I don't care that it ripped because it's all right. Let's see how much more we need. I'm just going to pull it carefully because, yeah, that's enough. Okay, good. All right. So here in the USA, we're winding down summer. Well, we probably have another good, at least 4 weeks of warmer weather, and then it will start to get cool, and then it will be fall, which is also a lovely time of year, especially here. Well, New York isn't a New England state, but the New England states and New York too, we have beautiful foliage with the leaves turning color and whatnot. So now I can turn this up. Let's put my glue cover on. And see, now this is what happens. I throw things. There's my bone folder. Actually, I put it away. And I'm going to just do that. And I think that will be okay without putting any along this edge. Because this is going to be, this will be glued in right like that, right? Yep. Okay. Let me get rid of those washi. Don't need those right now. Okay. Let's see what we want to do. Now, I did love this in that other one, and I only have this much left of it, though. So, I'm not sure. I guess I could make a little pocket with it on here. I love how it shows through. Or I could just kind of put it in there. Let's see what else we have. Let's look. I've got a few things out and about here. So in here, I just have some random pieces of things. And this is where that little, I have that little envelope. See, there's another little one right there that I actually stamped on. And that's another one that I stamped on. Let me see if that, no, because I don't want to cover that up. Okay. Nope, not that. All right, let's see what else is in here. There's just random stuff actually in here, like guest checks and a library card and just some stuff. And I don't know that there's anything else in here that I really am gonna think about using. Oh, I did some of those. I think those were G's, little flower pot things. If I'm not mistaken, if I am, I'm sorry, I'm not sure who those are. Let me look at this. What would this look like on here? What other colors do I have? I have a couple. I have some other ones that I've coffee stained. Here's a plain one that I coffee stained. I think, oh, maybe the green one. How about a green one right there, like that? Just on there like that to make a little pocket. A little pocket, maybe. And then find something to fit in there, which I don't know what it would be. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do a little, let me put these back. Keep the green one out, I like that one. I have stuff everywhere. When I move to my new house, which sort of is hopefully happening soon, I need to get my stuff together a little better because it's just like, eh. Okay, now I lost my rip, my ruler, my tear ruler. Oh, gracious. No, I didn't. Actually, I put it back. Now, this is really unreasonable. I don't ever put things back like that. But I do want to just, I don't know if I can rip that, though. Maybe not. I think, though, what I could do is grab my little corner rounder and just do a little corner round on this. Let's see. Yep. All right, so I could tear this. This can only be about, it can be not quite 2. So I'm just gonna keep this on here like this and let it kind of line up like this and then rip that there. Okay, let's see. Go with the black one. Do I have any black on here? And then I want to do this corner here. See how I just can't get any black? Could be that they're not juicy any, or they're old, but I feel like spraying them makes them okay, but I don't know. All right, let's see how this looks. Okay, that looks kind of cute there. And what I really like to use are, I have all these. I think these are all Tracy Fox. They could be, from Junk Journals, Love of Junk Journaling. It could be, but I have all these cut, so these are all ready to go. So you could actually do something like this on here. That looks kind of fun. I have some numbers. Here's another number. 24. Could put 24 up there. Let me see. Just let me do that a little bit. I'm not doing these too foo-foo-y, like not a lot of lace or anything, but maybe a little lace up here under that would look lovely. Maybe. Let's see. Cut that just. These are not going to cut my lace very well. Here they go. Could put that there with this on it, which wouldn't be terrible. This could go here, and I actually could cut a little piece of this and put down there. I'm gonna just cut like, okay, these don't work well. Let me get out now. These are my lace fabric scissors that I only use for this purpose. Well, that's a bit of a lie, because I do use them for other things, but not much. I try really hard not to, and to only use these for fabric and lace and fence. That's why they get put away. But this guy could go just under here a little bit. Yep, tie that in. All right, let's get out our 3-in-1 fabric tack situation to just tack this on here, because it's lace, and we all know it's the best thing to do, lace. I'll just go underneath and do that, and then I've got it, I might as well just do that. And then that's just gonna go right on there like that. And then put that away. I don't like to use that if I have to, because it's so expensive, as is our glitter glue. However, this makes such a nice thin, sorry about the shakes, guys. I've been told my medications all contribute to my shakiness, and I already am a shaky shake to begin with. Nothing wrong with me, just that's the way I am. Okay, here we go. Whoop, right on there like that. Okay. And then we'll just find something to fit in there. I may make a little, make a little something to go in there. You know what else would look nice up here? Put this back on here. Come on now. Getting reading glasses, which I think will help things like that a lot more. What was I just thinking I was going to do? Oh, I was going to put a piece of this, a tiny little piece of this somewhere. Maybe, well, I really like all that there, though, and I hate to cover up too much of it, but I like that look, too. So, maybe not quite as much as that. Let's just give that a little inking if we can. Come here. See, I feel like I just don't get any color on there, you know? So let's put that right there. I'm gonna use, see, I'm gonna get this back out because of the lace. Okay, put that right there. Put this glue right on here. This is gonna just leak right through and help hold that lace in there. There we go. Sorry, my hands are covered because I've been inking and all, but that's the nature of the crafting business, isn't it? And since this is out, I'll just use this to go along the edges to glue this down. Okay. Right to there. And then we'll hold that for a second and make sure it stays. And there you have it. Very cute. I don't know if I have anything. I mean, something like this would fit in here. This would fit in here nicely, actually. I could just make something to fit like in there like that. I have a bunch of stuff in here, but not all of it is gonna like, that's super cute. Not on this one, I guess. You know, I have tabs like this. Oh, I know what I was going to add to this. A piece of this. So I'm just going to rip that. I'm going to rip it that way. Rip that off. And rip that off. And, oh shoot, I could put that. And I might do that. I'm going to just rip a little more off, though. And let's see if we can get any, color this up at all. See, there's just not, there's no color on the thing. I mean, I think I need a new pad on there. Yeah, it's just like, really? There. You probably can't even see. It is getting some color on it, though. There, you can see against this that it did get some color on it. Okay. And I'm going to stick that right under there like that. I'm going to use this because it's like vellum, this material. And vellum is a little tricky sometimes to stick. It will. And the art glitter glue dries clear. So that makes it good. And there. So, I love that. I think that looks really good. Let me see what time we're at. All right, I'm going to stop because it's been 30 minutes, and that's probably enough. But next time, I'll do another video, and we'll decorate some of the other pieces. So, that's my prototype that I did. And this is another one, and I'm going to make something to put in that little pocket. And I'm leaving these empty because I'm not sure. This other one, too, I used some of this gilding, Inca Gold. And it's getting, as you can see, it's getting a little, but it's just kind of fun to put places. And it's crumbling up because it actually got moldy in there, which I found unusual. And So I had pried it out of there and wiped off all the mold. Still smells a little moldy though, so not too thrilled with that. All right, so there we have it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay crafty, my friends, and I will see you soon.